Hi, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Mother Talzin from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, this one's going to be a little smaller than normal because she's got a gigantic head. What is up with that? And then these big old huge gigantic things. So this is not the most ideal one to be drawing like this. Like it would be better like this. But hey, you know what? We're trying something different. You know, something than just a bunch of troopers. I get it. I know you guys love troopers and we're going to be drawing more of them later and all that kind of stuff. But man, we got to draw some different stuff. It's time to break it up. Do something different. So, yeah. And I think I'm saying it right, but here's the problem. A lot of times when I look up, like, how do you say these names and all that stuff and everything, it's usually by, like, clips from the shows. And the downside to that is, it's like, well, guess who's saying it? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Guess who has a British accent? Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, am I saying it correctly? Or am I saying it like a British person? You know what I mean? It's like, so then it just sounds like I'm making up like a silly British accent. But am I right? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing something different. Mother Talzin. Talzin. We're going to say Mother Talzin and leave it at that. But a little smaller, yeah, so a little tinier. It's still going to be fun. Because I'm going to try to do lightning coming out of her finger as well. We're doing everything. I'm going to do the sword. I'm going to do everything. Maybe. We'll see. So I'm good with the positioning. So let's get into some of this detail because, like I said, there's a lot to do here. There's a lot to unpack. I'm trying to find a good picture of her face. This is super hard. But that's why we're here, the challenge of doing something different, right? But again, like I said, the downside what's going to be is that there's only so much room that leaves us for inking in. And then here lies the next question. What am I going to ink in? Because I need to leave room for color, but I need to do certain parts. Like, okay, so the black and white of her face. That's what I'm trying to say. What am I going to color in? What am I going to ink in? And also, what is going on with her forehead? What is this thing? Is that... Let's talk about it. Is that a piece of jewelry? Is that on her head? Is that shape growing out of her head? Right? It's like, what is going on here? And also, what's going on with her hair? Like, lady, you got some hair issues. The other downside is she's got a lot of robes, a lot of not a lot of robes, that's not what I'm trying to say, a lot of layers, that's the word. She's got a lot of layers, and so it's like, well, what do I put in? what can you see? Because there's a lot, again, there's a lot going on here. And let's see, I want this arm to be kind of raised. So I need to draw anatomy, need to get this right. And then, what, does she have stuff hanging down? She does. Oh my gosh. Too much stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you, too much stuff. I get it. But lady, you need to dial it back a little bit. I joke around that there is a very famous fashion designer who says, whenever you're ready to go out for the night, look in the mirror and take one thing off, one piece of jewelry, you know, one accessory off, right? And so, that's what she needed to do. It's like, lady, you needed to take one of these accessories off. There's too much. Okay, that'll work for that. I think we're done with that sleeve. Oof. Okay. Now, again, this is where it gets crazy. What's with all this? Right? What's going on, lady? Okay, so that's coming in. This is a cross. Again, it feels like it's too much. It's too much, lady. All right, and that's coming down. And woof, so I was gonna try to draw the sword, but man, the sketch alone, you're killing me. You're killing me, mother. What's going on here? So you got wraps, right? What is this one doing? Right, okay, okay. I hear ya. But then there's more inside. Then this is hanging down. And that is... Okay, alright, I hear ya. And then what is that? Oh, lady. Take it easy. Right, so then this is coming down, that's coming through there. And then we're gonna lay this out. Super expressful. Cool. I appreciate it. A little much. Alright, I think that'll work for that. Let's now get to whatever these are. What is going on back here? Sorry, I'm sitting here making fun of, joking around about something everybody really likes. I don't mean to be like making fun of it. I'm just having a good time while I'm drawing. Because I don't know what half of this is. Okay, that looks good there. Okay, what else? What else? Sorry if there was an edit. I got a phone call in the middle of this, so I kind of had to cut that out. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that was spliced together. So for her hand, I'm just going to do, for her sword, because I want to do everything, but I don't have a good picture of the sword. That's part of the problem. So I'm just going to kind of draw what I can see, and then hope I get it right, right? Look at it this way. I don't know. All right. Okay, so if it's going to do that, it's going to do... That's going to come through here. Like that. There we go, something like this. And so now I'm gonna kind of draw, because there's the trick, the fire and all that stuff around it, right? Like how do we acknowledge that with a Sharpie? We don't. We're gonna do it like we do the lightsabers. Okay. All right, so I think we are ready to go. Let me erase some of these sketch lines. There's a lot of them. We're going to see where we end up with this, because I had to throw a lot of them down to get this. But basically, what I do is I throw my first lines down just to get the placement, right? And then as I get more confident, I press harder. And so when I go to erase like this, the light sketches, they erase real easily. The confidence lines need more pressure, so I can erase the sketch lines, then press a little harder and erase the confidence lines, but not really erase them. I leave enough there that I can see what we're doing. So in so many words, we're getting rid of the sketchiness, we're keeping the confidence, because I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil lines. If you're working with pencil, if you're sketching along, you just keep going. You don't have to erase. I'm just explaining to you how I draw. I'm sorry, why I draw, how I draw. No, I guess how I draw. Anyway, let's welcome everybody and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Most of the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. That's supposed to be a bigger production when I do that. But erase the majority of the sketch so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to jump right in with the Sharpie pen. If you want to see more Star Wars, check out that playlist there, or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many that I probably have already drawn what you're looking for. If not, drop me a request and we'll see what we can do. So for her face, this is a little smaller, so I'm just going to jump right in and I'm going to draw the what do you call it, the lids, the top of it, like this, just to see if I've got it in a good place. Looks good to me. Now she's got like the opposite, like tiny little pupils, big retinas. So I'm going to draw them a little big, like that, right? And normally I don't draw the bottom of the eye because it'll bleed. So what I was trying to do is draw the circle, but halfway through, like it's the bottom of the eye, because she has very big. See, you can't even see the whites. That's how much of it is right there. So we draw like a little bit of a dab for the center, a little dab for the center like that, and that'll give her that look of her eye, right? So she's got kind of a scowl face. Gonna come down here like this, angry brow like that. And I talked about this in the sketch that I'm going to leave all of that to color, right? So we're going to draw her without any makeup on. So I'm going to draw the nose like this. And that's pretty much just the bottom of the nose. That's all you can see, because everything else is contoured edge, not a hard edge, right? So let me draw her mouth, little frowny mouth, something like that. I'll go ahead and do a bottom lip like this, but again, it's all going to be in color, so there's not much I can really do that color should do instead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw her chin, big chin, and we'll do some accents too, but basically I'm just trying to say that we're going to do a makeup-less, and I know it's not makeup, but a colorless face here, and that way when I color it, it'll pretty much take care of the rest. And I'm going to start to thicken up my edges, because when I switch over to that Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm going to kind of make up for where it's going to go. She does have some. No, I don't want to. I want to draw so much. I want to draw the lines in her face, but I gotta stop. Okay, so let's draw that thing that's on her forehead. When I say thing, I was talking about this in a sketch. What is it? Is that coming out of her skin? Is that a decoration? Because it's colored all the same up here. Okay, and because it's going through her hair, or that's going through that little thing, I want to draw like that and do that. Okay? There is another layer like that, but it's so tiny that I can't draw anymore. We're gonna start to bleed, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. So this is cutting through her hair, right? Whatever this is. So I'm gonna raise her hair up like that. Draw this edge up like that. And I just wanna make sure that it's going through the center like that. So now I can draw it coming down and the contours of her face. Like that. And man, do I want to draw more, but I'm not going to. Oops, that shouldn't have been that thick. Oh well, it happens. All right, that doesn't look so bad. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to the other Sharpie and get ready for all the crazy detail in this one. All right, so let's see, her hair's coming down. It's kind of going up and through, and that's coming back this way like that. This one's coming down. I'm going to start the flow. Let's draw the flow from here, and then we can work our way to get a feel for how it's flowing through her face, all right? And then I'm going to draw the little tied up end right here, and then flow it back up. And it's got like a couple different layers, but I'm going to do like this first, and then kind of flow it, right? And what I mean by that is, because it's like, is it hair, right? I mean, it's because it's all tied up like that. I want like some separation like that, just to kind of accent the amount of flow that's in there. All right, I want to do more with color rather than draw all these hairlines. I want to, but I think it would look better if I do it with color. So I'm kind of limiting myself to what I do here. But see also what I'm talking about, how thick this line is? That's why I'm trying to, and that's why that doesn't bother me, because I know how thick this is going to be and how I wanted to kind of match. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this other piece of hair. This one's kind of coming down and going behind her head just a little bit. Right? This one's flowing down here. All right, let's do the hair flow. There you go. Not as much. Keep it simple because it's flowing around that way. You can't really see it anyway. I don't know what's going on with this stuff, but hey, that's her hairstyle. That's what we're drawing. All right. So this arm is raised up, and she does have the big, well, I guess we could do that, right? We kind of need to kind of accent what's in front, or show what's in front first, because there's so much. So let me do this one, and I'm a puller more than I am a pusher, and I can't turn my paper, so this is the point where it's going to go to her shoulder like this. Okay, so this arm is raised up, so this one I've got more pointed up that way. So I'm going to do like this. I'm just explaining to you why it's up like this. Again, I'm a puller. So there you go. That's why this one's a little higher than this one, just because this arm is raised. Now, let me show you why. I have to draw the hand first to show you how the hand, let's do this. Sorry, hang on. Again, because we draw what's in front, and because I already have it drawn, let me draw her back wings. What are those? I don't know. I don't get it. There's a lot of this stuff I don't understand. But I'm trying to draw it for you guys. Right? There's that thing. And I want to do it because now I have start-stop points that I can actually, you know, position these things in and give it a place to begin and end. And plus, I'm going to forget it later on if I don't. Okay. All right, so that's the shoulder pieces. This hand I've got shooting electricity, so I'm gonna do kind of something like this. So let's just draw the hand and you'll see why it's floating right here. Here's the thumb. This finger is kind of pointed up. This one is kind of floating to bend. This one's coming down a little bit, and this one is extended dramatically, okay? And let me add some detail here so you can see the bends to why I've got it like this. So this finger, you can't really see as much. Like that. And that's kind of pushing down on that, so that's all we can really see. So see, you kind of get a little dramatic. Ooh, I forgot she's got kind of pointed fingers, doesn't she? Kind of very, very sinister, scary fingers, right? Okay, so I do have lightning coming out of it too. I wanted to try to do something like that, so I'm just going to do kind of like a, you know, something like this. And then just kind of do that. Right, just to kind of show that there's stuff coming out. We'll do more with color, but I just wanted to show that that's coming out. That's kind of shooting out of her hand. Okay, so now that that hand is up, I can show you that it's more foreshortened. So here is her wrist, or the edge of her cloth. This is hanging down like that. There's the forearm, the arm bending up like this, and then coming back something like that. Okay? Now, there's a lot of material in there, and bends and folds and stuff, but I just kind of wanted to show you the foreshortening technique that we're using there to kind of show why her arm is raised, and or why it's so close, why it looks like it's like that. Okay? Awesome. Okay, here we go. I was talking about this in the sketch. There's a lot of material here, so just bear with me. This is going to come down here, go across over here. It's coming over here, doing this one. Just down like this. Then I can draw any part of the body that is not inside that, just to connect it. And let's draw her like what do you call it? Her little turtleneck, this little sweater thing she's got like that. Now, there's a lot of detail in all this. I'm leaving that to color. I'm not going to worry about that with the sketch. Okay, let's go ahead and draw the front of her dress. Okay, this has got a wrap around it like this. Another one on this side, or where it's tied up at least, and then this wraps around her body like this. Okay, and then it starts to flow out for the rest of it. So, again, let me connect any part of her body that's not connected. This is wrapped, so let's do a few lines, but try not to draw through the hair. I actually did right there, but oh well, it happens. Like that, just to give it some texture, because I can't do solid all over the place. It's got to look a little different, right? All right. Okay. So now that I have an edge, let's draw this arm. And so it's pretty much just going to be cloth hanging down. So I'm going to draw anatomy. So there's the forearm to the bicep. There's the the shoulder to the bicep. There's a forearm. There's the top of it to the top of the sleeve. And then we're going to hang it down like we did that one. That simple. Okay. Add a little bit of extra detail like we did there, a little bit of cloth manipulation. All right, let's keep it simple. This hand is holding the sword. Now, because she's holding the sword, all we're seeing is pretty much just like this. We're not even, giving it any details because it's around the sword and kind of concealed. All right? So we're going to draw it open like that. Here's the back of her hand to this. Okay? Now again, it's pretty much over itself, so you don't really see anything anyway. Okay? So for the sword, I talked about this in the sketch. I don't have a good picture of it, so I'm just kind of making it up. I've got kind of a picture, but not enough to say this is how it should look. I've got enough to fake it, right? I think. Let me go back and look at it. Yeah, something like this. Again, something like this. It doesn't look like this, but that's how I'm drawing it. Okay? Alright, so the blade is in flames. So here's what I want to do. I want to draw it with this Sharpie. I had already decided to do it with this, but I think I'm going to do it with the small Sharpie and add flames as we go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up and pull down, just like we do lightsabers. I'm just going to kind of follow a straight edge as much as I can, just to give it that feel, right? Like it's an edge. I mean, it's not straight, but I'm okay with that. Now, the reason I'm doing it like that is because now I want to add, like, flames, right? And again, same thing. I'm not quite going to connect everything. I'm just creating, a flame look. And that way, when we do it with color, it's going to look like a flaming sword. All right, so here we go. Let's get going with the rest of this. So these are just gonna flow down here. Something like that. Let's do the other one this way, kind of over this foot. We want to make it a little different, but keep it the same. Does that make sense? Like, it's got to look the same, but we want it different. We don't draw the exact same thing all the way down. Her other parts of the gown, we're going to, let's see. And I kind of have pictures, but I'm also kind of making it up. So bear with me that these are all bindings and gown wrappings and stuff like that are all wrapped around her. Okay, and so this one I'm going to hang down like this. It's going to flow through here. And then we're going to kind of hit the ground. But we're not done. There's a couple layers to it all hanging down, right? Let's go ahead and draw this foot while we're here. Or I guess I kind of need to draw the middle, right? So her crotch is going to be right about here. The legs coming down this way. Coming through here like this, the knees in there, and come down to the ankle, down to the foot. Something like that. Now again, most of it's in the drapery, so you can't really see anything anyway, so don't stress over too much over it. We're just going to do stuff like this just to kind of show that it's a cloth material, you know. Again, there's all kinds of cool detail in this, but we'll do it with color. I'm not worried about that right now. Let's see, the other foot is pretty much, again, covered up, but what you can see here is coming down to the ankle like this. That. just gonna again just draw some kind of detail to cover the foot up, just to show that it's got some bends and stuff like that. Okay, but again, I got the cloth draping down over most of it. Okay, so this one's hanging down like this, which is I've got it flowing out this way. So there's one end. This one's coming down here like this. Same thing, just like we did over here. I have a post-it note stuck to my leg. I'm gonna bring it out a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to draw something in the back. I'm going to say there's more layers back there, like that. Okay, awesome. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a leg in right there. That's going back there, and there you go, done. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Mother Talzin from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.